No, guys, I know a lot of you don't like watching The View. I don't like watching The View either, but unfortunately, it gets a lot of viewers. The View gets a lot of viewers. We're talking about more viewers than Tucker Carlson. We're talking about more viewers than Don Lemon, more viewers than Rachel Maddow. On a daily basis, The View kicks a lot of butt. You guys got to understand it. Just because I don't watch it, I watch parts of it. It's my job to watch it. It's what I do. Sometimes people don't get it. This is what I do. I interview people. I bring people on the show. I talk about stuff. I read stuff in the New York Times and Washington Post that you might not want to read, but I got to read it because it's my job. I understand if you don't. Well, recently they had on a guest just today, and something came up about Julian Assange. Now, we all know Julian Assange. We know what we know about Julian Assange. The rest of the world doesn't necessarily know what we know about Julian Assange. In fact, the narrative that has been put out there is so horrific that a lot of people think that Julian Assange is a terrorist. Yes, some people believe he is a terrorist. That's what they think Julian Assange is. Well, Pamela Anderson, who is a dear friend of Julian Assange, shout out to Susie Dawson. Heard Susie Dawson, some good news about Susie Dawson today. She was on The View and she set John McCain's daughter straight. Here goes the clip.
When you were visiting him, he was allegedly kicked out of the Ecuadorian embassy because he was defecating everywhere and creating messes.
No, well, that's a smear campaign. That's not true.
There was video of things that happened. I mean, I don't.
What would you do if you were locked in a room for
really quick
6 years?
Well, I wouldn't be a cyber terrorist, which he is. He hacked information. His leaks included classified documents that put our national security at risk, our military,
you know who
and the
put
lives
national
of spies and diplomats
is the military. How many people have the American government killed innocently, and how many has WikiLeaks?
So you think the military is putting the government at risk?
The military has put many innocent lives at risk.
Oh, calm down, sir. I'm actually genuinely curious about your relationship with him.
Yeah, war crimes need to be punished, and they haven't. The war crimes that he's exposed, no one's done anything about it, but they put him in jail to shut him up.
Are you talking about the 210 video of the helicopter fire killing civilians in Iraq?
Yeah, well, that's one thing, but there's so many other things that he's exposed, and it's not just America he's exposed. He's exposed Russia. He's exposed all sorts of different countries.
That's a controversial area, Russia. A lot of people say that, that as does the Mueller report, that Assange interfered in the 2016 election by conspiring with Russia by releasing hacked emails, which hurt Hillary Clinton. It's almost like, is he responsible for giving us Trump? I mean, his timing and the way
the timing, but you know, Hillary Clinton is responsible for Trump. She's the one that she.
Timing, though. Why is he a Trump supporter?
No, I was with him.
A lot of people think he is.
Why would he help Trump?
Well, he wasn't helping Trump. He was trying to tell the American people true information that Hillary Clinton was doing, so they could make an educated choice. And I think FBI kind of put the nail in that coffin.
But do you mean to tell me that he had nothing on Trump? Come on. And that didn't get released.
I don't know. I don't know if he had something on Trump, he would have put it out there.
And also that
but he had to
released her emails. I mean, the question I have though is like, what would you say to? I know, but that doesn't mean everything should be. The question I have though is like spies that go out and put their lives at risk, like Congressman Will Hurd, who we were just talking about, who's dedicated decades of his life to helping fight terrorism. It's classified information. I believe is classified for a reason. I do have some faith in the U.S. government, although as a conservative, I have less faith normally than liberals do. So, what would you say to the spies who are putting themselves at risk for our national security with your relationship with him?
Well, I don't think there's nothing proven that he's actually put anybody at risk. They've gone through this over and over again, and I think that people like Edward Snowden, Chelsea Manning are heroes, and Julian Assange is a publisher.
Putin also thinks that.
But also, Pam, he put people in danger by refusing to redact sensitive information, including Social Security numbers and other private material.
Well, I think the New York Times and everybody else put out the same information. I think they actually put it out even before him. I think he redacted more than they did. So it's a big thing. I think true information is true information, and I think that he's obviously. He's gone where no man has gone before, so I guess we're putting him. He's the man in the whale's mouth. He's trying to set up it so other people can make sense of it, because it's a new thing. It's a new thing. We're used to business as usual.
What I'd love to know is what was he trying to do? What was his point? Because he actually did hurt quite a few people. He actually did, and I want to know, what did he think he was doing? What was the outcome in his mind supposed to be?
Well, Obviously, there's other people probably could speak better for him than me, but he just believes in justice, believes in honesty, believes in exposing governments for what they're really doing, and people have the right to know what is happening, and there's so many awful war crimes that need to be exposed that, you know, his whole intention is to stop these senseless wars. War is a business. It doesn't help us. It doesn't help anybody. And I think he really, a lot of people, being in France, being in Canada, aren't too happy with America and how they meddle into everybody's business and start all these senseless wars.
But he's meddling in everybody's business, too.
Well, he's exposing, but he's not saying his opinion. He's giving the information.
I get that.
But you would be,
he's a publisher. I get that you consider him a whistleblower.
Well, he's a publisher.
But he's also dangerous. Yeah.
But he's a publisher, and he's a publisher, and he supports whistleblowers.
He's certainly stirred up a lot in this country.
Well, he's a cyber terrorist. I'll say it.
The Republican Party won.
It's ridiculous. I'm not going to stand by this. It's ridiculous.
We're going to have a little bit of fun next segment.
Yes. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Pamela Anderson is sticking around. We'll be right back after this.
Trouble.
God damn it. Like, where do you begin, guys? I got like 10 things down here. Julian Assange. Okay, so they said that WikiLeaks is risk lives, cause American lives, put American lives at risk. And Pamela Anderson made a great retort to it. She said, hey, the U.S. government's the one that's put lives at risk. U.S. government's cost American lives. How many lives were lost because of WikiLeaks? And John McCain's daughter didn't have a response at all. Instead, she changed the subject because WikiLeaks hasn't gotten anyone killed. The end. And in a righteous world, it would be the end. And in a righteous world, this show probably wouldn't even be on TV. And if it was on TV, no one would watch it. But I started off this segment telling you a lot of people do watch this garbage. Number 2, we said it over and over again. No one's even alleging that Julian Assange hacked any emails. But that's, of course, the assertion that they make, that Julian Assange hacked emails, that WikiLeaks hacks emails. They are a publisher. WikiLeaks is a publisher. We got to keep saying the same thing, guys. I know if you watch the show, you already know this stuff. You're already educated. You don't listen to goofy John McCain's daughter or Joy Behar or Abby Martin, any of these people, or Lord Whoopi Goldberg with no information. Somebody gave him a cue card. Here, say this. Here, read this. And they don't know anything. They don't do any due diligence. They're entertainment for entertainment purposes only, and they have no validity to their claims. And then they got into this thing with Joy Behar. She chimes in about, well, why didn't Julian Assange expose more information about Trump? Why didn't he release stuff on Trump? He only released stuff on Hillary. Well, Joy, because everyone's releasing stuff on Trump. You already released a bunch of stuff on Trump. What about the sex tapes? What about the PP dossier? What about the in the wagon with the guy, Bobby, whatever his name, and he said he grabbed him by the punani or whatever? What about all that stuff that you released about Donald Trump? Maybe, just maybe, that's as bad as Trump has been. Like, everyone knew everything about Donald Trump. We know about what happened with the homes. He wouldn't let the black people move in. He didn't want the blacks living in his property. We know about that. We know about the 5 young kids that he wanted killed because the 5 kids he wanted killed back in New York City, and I forget the name of it, but the 5 guys, man, the 5 guys who didn't kill anybody, but Donald Trump wanted them executed even after we found out DNA evidence proves that they had nothing to do with the rape of that woman. Okay, the Park 5, the Central Park 5, that's it, Central Park 5. Okay. We already know about this stuff about Trump. The problem is Hillary was still worse. And the other part of it is, when we get to it is, this is information that is your emails. There was no fabrication, nothing made up. This was actually what was written between Hillary Clinton and her staff. Look, guys, if you're writing stuff that is so damaging to you that if other people read it, you lose an election, you're a moron. And you probably deserve to lose that election. Let's just make that clear, guys. And if someone were to expose any of us for anything that we've done, we would be blamed for doing it first. Like, even if, first of all, once again, WikiLeaks didn't go get the information. The information was given to WikiLeaks. They published it. Okay? So we know that. Second, I don't care what it is, man. If you stole some stuff from your job, if you did something on your job that you shouldn't do, and someone posted it or published what you did, you'd be fired. Nobody would feel bad for you. No one would be like, oh my God, they told on what you did, Johnson. What you did has been exposed. Let's go get those people to expose the truth. No, they'd be like, hold on. Later about who gave us this, what are you doing with your butt cheeks on the copier, Johnson? Why is your butt cheeks on that copier? Why are you taking a wee-wee in the coffee pot? No one goes, who put the camera there? You should have put the camera there. Let's lock up the guy that put the camera in the break room that caught Susie taking a whiz in the coffee pot. No one does that. But in the world of The View, that's what they do. They shoot the messenger. It's not even the messenger. They shoot the person who got the message from the messenger and said, look, guys, it's not even the messenger. Okay. What else, Tim? They said, what was Julian Assange trying to do? He was trying to publish information. WikiLeaks published this information. He was doing his job. WikiLeaks was doing their job. What they do is they publish information. And if you want to say that WikiLeaks broke all of these laws, well, guess what, sister? They're not the only ones that published these WikiLeaks. They're not the only ones that published the emails, the Podesta emails. You know who else published them? New York Times, Washington Post, MSNBC, CNN. Everybody published it because at the end of the day, they were more concerned about greed, more concerned about clicks and views than they were concerned about your precious Hillary. So they published the same information. That's what you need to know. But, of course, Whoopi and Joy and Abby and everybody else, you'd have to actually care about the truth for anything that I've just said to matter at all. And, in fact, they will say, I'm kooky conspiracy theorist for telling you the truth, something that you could look up. Just look up who published the WikiLeaks. And you'll see CNN published it. In fact, we had Chris Cuomo's snaky, lying Fredo on the record saying, you can't read WikiLeaks, only we can. You have to let us disseminate it to you. He didn't say, oh, we can't give it to you. First of all, that's a lie. You can't go to jail for reading a document that's posted. You can't go to jail for that. So he lied to everyone in the world who watches CNN. He lied to everybody, all his viewers. But he didn't say, you can't see it. He said, we have to show it to you. So make sure you come here to get the information that that you're not supposed to see. Come here and see it, because we're going to show it to you. But you can only watch it here. If you watch it anywhere else, you can go to jail. Talk about a way to bolster your business, man. That's a business model, isn't it? Don't buy a product from anybody else. Buy it from me only or go to jail. I wish I had that way of getting people to watch my show. Watch the news with Tim Black, and if you watch anywhere else, you could be subject to prosecution. Yeah, baby. Now, Pamela Anderson said something, and I want you guys to remember this always. If you remember nothing else from this segment, remember what she said. It's 3 words. It ain't hard to remember, y'all. It's 4 words. Let me say that again. If you remember nothing else from this broadcast, nothing else from this segment, remember these 4 words that were said by Pamela Anderson. War is a business. War. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again, y'all. War. When Pamela Anderson went on a little moment there, she said, a lot of countries are really tired of the United States meddling in their business, meddling in their affairs, causing wars. The only retort Joy Behar could scrape off the bottom of her soul, her dog soul, her compromised, ethically depleted soul was, well, Julian Assange is meddling in everyone else's business too. Or in other words, I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I? Joy Behar equated America meddling in Yemen, America meddling in Libya, America meddling in Honduras. She equated that to WikiLeaks publishing documents given to them about Hillary Clinton's emails. There's actually slaves in fucking Libya right now because of America. There's all of these immigrants that come here, a lot of them from Latin America, are homeless and are looking for a safe place to be because America meddled with Latin America and continues to. But for some reason, to Joy Behar, that is the equivalent of an email being published that you actually wrote that shows that you colluded, that you directed CNN and MSNBC and Politico and Salon and all of these other news sites to do your bidding in collusion with the DNC and the Hillary Clinton campaign. Now, what may be inconvenient for Madam Hillary Clinton to be exposed, but it damn sure ain't a terrorist act.